Hi everybody, I'm Kim. Welcome to the Regretful Yarn Addict. I'd like to say hi to all my subscribers and welcome to all the new subscribers. Thanks. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. So today is going to be a Wednesday wrap-up. This should go up on the 22nd of February. And I'm thinking like, what's today? What's Wednesday? Today is actually Monday the 20th that I'm recording this, but that gives me a minute to edit and not a lot of editing. Don't expect fireworks, people. Don't expect, I'm just talking about I have time to actually put stuff in the description box down there. So hi, welcome. Today, like, do I know how to talk? Probably not. Okay, so I actually have a few things to show you that I have made since last week. And I have a whip because I want to say we spent the weekend. We spent Saturday and Saturday night and half of Sunday up in Rockford, Illinois. And for those that don't know, I'm in the St. Louis metro area in Missouri. So it's like a 4.5 hour drive up there. We spent see, I told you, I do not know how to speak. Good God. We went up to see the grandbabies because today is the twin grandbaby's 5th birthday. It's also Brian's birthday, the 20th, not the 22nd, the 20th that I'm recording this. So even if it hadn't have been their birthday, it was a long weekend, and we try to go up every other weekend because we both work full-time jobs, and weekends are all we get. So, like I said, I do have a few things, but whenever we go anywhere, whether it's like up to visit the babies or if we're on vacation, I always try to take something that I call my hotel project. And it's something I start like probably the week before we go so that I have a good start on it. It's always something really simple and easy, so I don't have to look at a pattern or look up something on YouTube on how to do it. So this time I started a blanket, and I have 2 anniversary cakes. I think these were like from when they very first came out a couple years ago. So I don't think you can get these colors at all anymore. And I'm not a fan of the other one I have. It's blues and purples, and it's just too muted for me. And this one isn't as rainbowy, isn't as rainbowy bright as I'd like. This one is called, it does have a name. It is Citron Celebration. Citron Celebration. And I've got, if I can get my bag open. That much left of it. So it'll be enough to make a decent sized lap throat when it's done. But this is what I've got done on it. This is a number 5 yarn, I think. Oh, it's number 6. It's number 6. I've been using a 6mm, and it's it's just a V-stitch. That's it. Very, very simple V-stitch. Probably got hopefully about a third of it done. But this is really thick because I am using a 6mm hook on it. So it's going to be a warm blanket for somebody. But this is just nothing that has to get done. Nothing, nothing pending. It's just a project to work on when I want something mindless and I don't have anything else to work on, or I need a break from whatever I'm working on. Because now this picture is going to be pretty not good. Pretty not good. Like that's something. But it's a design by Tony at TL Yarn Crafts, and it is a Tunisian, and I've watched the video all the way through, and I know it's something I can do. But it's this. Like I said, the color is starting to go out on my printer. And it's something I'll probably watch her video again. I have it saved. But I like it because it's like, I think it's just honeycomb along the one edge and the rest is simple stitch. So it's not anything that's going to take a lot of brain power. But that will be my next whip. I just have to figure out what yarn I want to use for it, because that is the important thing. So now you know what I've been working on, what I plan on working on sometime. And yeah, because you know what? This blanket, I have 2 blankets in my closet that were supposed to be in between projects. I've got my solid color Cosmic Cow that I've only got like part 1 finished out of part 9, and it's been that way for months. Eventually I want to work on that because that's really, really pretty. I'm really going to like it when it's done. And the other one is a corded shell. It's a tutorial by Fiber Spider. I love Craig. I love Fiber Spider. And that was supposed to be my, in between. And that's probably what I should have taken with me. Because once I get the hang of everything again, it'll go really quick. But that wasn't what I worked on. I started a new project. So this will probably wind up in the closet eventually, and it'll turn from a whip to a UFO. Whatever, I'm good with it. It'll get done. Those 2 things will get done. Especially, they'll get done, all right? Just like that blanket in the corner that's in pieces that I keep saying I've got to finish. It will get done before I'm dead, unless I die in the next month. Let's hope that doesn't happen. So, what else have I done, you ask? Well, let me tell you. I know in the last video, last Wednesday's wrap up, I showed this little egg thing, except it didn't look like this. It was all this color, and these little shells were 9 triple crochets. Well, then I made this one, and I was like, I liked what I did with this one. I changed it up. because this one goes up to 24, and then you just stay at 24 for so many, and then you do the other stuff. And this one, if you can tell, I did the back loop only when I did my round of 24, and then to start this one, I did the back loop only so that it would lay flat and go up. Kind of like you do with a basket, that you want to have a flat bottom and then you want it to go up and you don't want it to round. So I did that, and then I decided that because there's a row of like windows through here where you chain one, skip one, crochet, chain one, skip one. I decided that the next round, that I would do that round in a contrasting color, and then do the next row in the normal color. And instead of doing 9 treble crochets for this, I did 7 double crochets. And I like it better because the other one was just kind of sticking out, and I didn't like the way it was looking. So anyway, tore this one back only to this row, and I did it like that. And then, and yeah, I still have to sew in the ends. And then I did this one, and I bought these plastic eggs that I'm going to put in them, and I will probably fill those plastic eggs with like little candies. I don't know, either flavored Tootsie Rolls or jelly beans or something. But I want to make just a couple more of these, and that'll be enough. Then I got some more dishcloths done. And these are all made either with cotton, big twist cotton, or loops and threads cotton, or basically those two. There might be a different one in there too, I'm not sure. And I don't know which is which. It's just 100% cotton. And they're all made using the lemon peel stitch, which is double, single, double, single, double, single, double, single. You start with a double, you end with a single. You flip it, you start with a double, you end with a single, and you're alternating between. And it gives it some texture, but it's also a nice solid cloth. So I did the gray. And then I've got this pretty orange splash. And I don't remember what this color is, but it's pretty as well. Because I'm not saving labels this year. That's just not going to happen. And then I have this one, which is a pale pink, and the corners up here are a little weird. But stretch it back and you can't tell. So that one, and then I have this blue splash or ocean splash, whatever it is. I love it. And then I just did a simple red one. This one's slightly smaller because I actually made it at the hotel. And I didn't have any of my other ones to compare it to make sure it was the right size. But when I folded it in half, it corner to corner half, it fit, so it must have just been my tension or something. So I've got, what, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I've got 6 more to add to my inventory. And then I found this yarn that I forgot I had until I was putting my yarn away. And I have a one of those over the door shoe things that, has a plastic and you put shoes in it. Well, I have one of those that I hang there for like extra yarn. And that's where I found this Yarn Bee Scrubology. Scrub it. And it's this. Okay, it's just like a tube with cotton in it. A lot of stretch. And it's, can you hear it? It's got a roughness to it without being like that scrubby yarn that kills your fingers when you try to use it to make anything with it. This did not hurt my fingers, but I was very careful about what hook I used because I didn't want to ruin any of my tulips, because it's not really rough, but rough enough. And I remember why I bought this, because I was watching, might have been Creative Grandma, might have been Glenda, and she was making some scrubbies with it. I think it might have been her, it might have been someone else, but for some reason, Creative Grandma's coming to mind. So remember, that's why I bought it, and then I just never made anything with it until now. And I'm not going to show all of these, but I made 6 of them. So we have this side that has the scrubby, and I was like, ooh, that might hurt your hands holding that and trying to scrub. Not as bad as like when you're holding wood, the stainless steel scrubbies, or the cotton, not cotton, but copper. Those really hurt your hands when you're holding them. So I was like, so I've got the nice scrubby side, but how about a nice cotton side? So this is yarn that's discontinued. Red Heart Scrubby Smoothie, or Smoothie Scrubby yarn I absolutely love. It's very similar to I Love This Cotton. Similar but not identical. So I just, for this, I had to use like I think I used a 6mm, because this is a number 5. This is a number 5 yarn. So I used a 6mm for this, and then I think I used a 5 or a 5.5 on this side. So where this side, I just did, just a regular continuous circle up to, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds. And this one, because I used a smaller hook and smaller yarn, at 5 rounds it wasn't big enough. So these are all single, and then this last round with no increases is a double. And then I just held them together because I wanted the same number of stitches so that I could, crochet them together and just sew in the end. And that way you have something you can scrub on one side or wash on the other. Very nice. I would like to take credit for that, but it was not my design. I remember seeing it somewhere and I just played on it. So we're good there. Okay. And this last I'm going to show you is just a hat. It is just a simple ribbed hat. All you do for these hats is you decide how tall you want it from here, up, and you chain that many, and then you do either a single, a half, a double, or a mix. And I feel like I just showed this, but I think I was just talking about it in my head. But anyway, so you make it as tall as you want it, and then you just continue making your rectangle as long as you need it to fit the circumference of the head. And the thing is this last craft show I was at, there was this man next to me. His name was Guy, and him and his wife have a honey business. They're very well known locally, and I'd seen his name all the time, and in his honey. So I knew who he was. I just never met him before. And so he was right next to me at this last craft show. And so we were just talking back and forth the whole time. Me and him, me and his wife. And he had mentioned that because he has a big head, that was his words, I got a big head. He couldn't find a hat that fit him. And he needed a hat for hunting. So I was like, all right, I'll make you a hat for hunting. He said, it has to be bright orange. I said, yes, I'm aware it has to be bright orange. So I made Guy his big hat. It is big. I just used Big Twist and the color, what is this color? Varsity Orange. Because I remember I bought it, or I might have bought it to make, I might have bought it. I may have purchased it to make pumpkins last fall. But it was like almost a full skein. So I just saved it because I knew I was going to be making a hat. So anyway, you make it your rectangle as long as you need it, and then you sew up the side, or I think I can't even tell. Oh, I think it's right there. Couldn't even tell. But I single crocheted using the outside loops of the 2 rows. And yeah, I mean, I can see it because I know it's there. But if you're just looking at it, you might not. But it's right there. And I did 1 row of double, 1 row of half double, so that you have this nice texture on the outside and a flatter texture on the inside. I don't know if you can really tell. But it's like those are the doubles and those are the halves. And then on the side that I decided to make on the outside, the half doubles stick out more and gives it more of a ribbed look. But anyway, you get all that done. You do up your side, and then you take a length of yarn, because you don't cut it off when you get done. You leave a nice length, and then you just sew it around. Cinch that baby up, tighten it up, so that you got this going on, and I tighten it up, and then I go back and forth to close it up. It's the easiest hat in the world you can make. And it doesn't have to be the ribbed. You could do any stitch you want it. If you don't want to make a top down or a bottom up in the round, you can do this. But I was like, I need to get that done so it's done and out of the way. So that is what I have done and what I started to work on. There I go again. My God. I'm sorry. It's so ummy. I'd say this is rare, but if you've watched me, you know I'm always like, I don't know what I'm talking about. But I really do, most of the time. So, that's it for what I've made and what I've been working on and what I've started. And I've got another video to make showing some purchases I made, because I did get to Michael's while I was up in Rockford. And I'll talk about that in another video. So this will go up Wednesday the 22nd. And I'll probably make that video and be looking identical to what I look like right now. Magic, magic. It's not because this is the only shirt I own. See, there I go again. Like I never had speech class or See, I did it again. Doggone it, I had wasn't called speech class. It was called something else. And this was back when I was in high school. And we used to have to do these speeches where you had to talk for, I don't know if it was 1 minute or 2 minutes. And you could not say, but you couldn't do any of that. You had to be speaking in complete sentences the entire time about random things, subjects that you probably knew nothing about. You just drew it out of a hat and you had to talk for 2 minutes about it without saying, or. And that has stuck with me through my whole life. And yet here I am doing a video that's been going on for, I can't even see, there's something over the top of it, how long it's been going on. And I've been doing that the whole time. And that's just wrong. That's wrong. So, now that I'm done chastising myself, and I've showed you everything, and I've talked about how I'm going to have another video coming up. That video will probably be up Friday or Saturday, which would be, I don't know, the 20-something. Let's look. February. Good Lord. A week from tomorrow is the last day of February. Wow. And then we got March and April. That take forever. Not as long as January, but they still take a long time. So, okay. This video will be on the 22nd. We're going to put the other one up on the 25th. On the 25th, I will have a video up about the things that I've purchased recently. I was going to wait because I've got one more thing coming in, but if I don't have it, I don't have it yet. And I don't know when I'll have it because I don't know. Tracking just says it's in the United States. That's all I know. It said it was in my town, but that was on Friday and I still don't have it. So maybe it's coming through the mail and I'll have it tomorrow. And if that's the case, I'll just show it in my next Wednesday. My next Wednesday wrap up, I'll be showing that purchase. But I have too many purchases to put into this one. So, I am not doing this video again because I know I'll just be as stupid and airheaded as I am right now. So that's it. I hope I haven't lost any subscribers because I've just been such a ditz. And if you're here this far, oh my God, you're a saint and I appreciate you more than you will know. So y'all have a good day, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever it is, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Hope it's been great, or that it will be. And later, Gators. Peace out.